Oh man, it's been tough. It's been a rough day. It's been a rough month. It's been a rough year, basically. Actually, it's been a rough, like, you know, 13, 13 years. It's been really hard, trying to eat plants and, trying to eat plants and get enough calories. I was eating plant. I just, it's hard. I'm crying all the time. I, I, I can't. I can barely get out of bed. I can't go to the gym. I'm just craving food all the time. It's like it's just grazing all day. Think about food. I've lost like 30 pounds of pure muscle mass since I went vegan. I was ripped before I went vegan. I was ripped, just like huge, and I started eating plants and it just went away. I don't know. I don't know why I've been, trying to put out there, that, it's, a healthy thing to do. I've been trying to put out there, that I have the energy to like run and lift weights and go to the basketball court and all that stuff, go hiking. I don't know. I don't, today it all kind of hit me. I just woke up and I just realized, what am I doing? I don't think I make enough money to be vegan, right? Because vegan food, when you think about it, is so expensive. And you guys know, our channel's kind of a small channel. Even though we've been around, since 2013, 200,000 subscribers, but, most of those were in the first 5 years or so. So anyway, it's expensive. It's really hard. You want to go out to the market and buy a Beyond Burger? What's that, like $8 or something like that? Why'd my friend just text me something? What the heck? Anyway, what was I going to say? You want to go to, because, you have to eat Beyond Burgers or Impossible Burgers every day as a vegan. That's something that, you're not hearing a lot from the vegan scene, the vegan influencers, the vegan doctors, but, that's what you're supposed to eat, right? I mean, because meat is, a perfect food, perfect amino acids, perfect nutrients. You all know you need to eat meat to be healthy. Any vegan who denies that, is just lying, because all the science says you have to have meat in order to be healthy. So anyway, my point is, as a vegan, you have to have some kind of Impossible Burger or Beyond Burger. That's the way people have been doing it since the 80s or 90s. People just can't get by eating grains and fruits and potatoes and vegetables. You can't do that, right? We all know there's no protein in there. You're going to get sick and experience some serious consequences. So my point is, I don't really think I make enough money to buy Beyond Burgers and Milko's cheese and Just Egg, and you have to have that all the time, right? I mean, you really have to have meat substitutes all the time. It costs a lot. I mean, I wish I could get by on vegetables and fruits and grains and potatoes and stuff like that. So I'm not sure. So I'm really thinking, it all kind of hit me today, and it's too hard. It's just too hard to eat plants all the time. I mean, I went through fast food today at Del Taco, and it was so hard. I had to go to use my app. Where's my phone here? I order on the app before I go to Del Taco. I punch in my order, and I hit the bean and cheese burrito, and then there's options like customize. I hit the no cheese. That's hard. Imagine how many minutes of my life I've lost cumulatively by having to hit that no cheese button every time I go. Actually, I just hit reorder. I just get the same thing every time. But my point is, it's hard to take these extra steps to go out of your way to order food that doesn't have animal products or anything. So I don't know. So what do you guys think I should do? Do I have some valid points here or not? What do you guys have to say about, it's all kind of hitting. I woke up today. I tell you, I felt so weak, I had to just muster all my energy to, I gotta get out of bed. I feel so deficient. So, what is Angie saying? He really has been craving G meat too. The smell is intoxicating. I've been craving meat because the smell's intoxicating. Yeah, absolutely right. I have to admit, because I'm starving all the time. I'm not getting enough calories. I'm so deficient, and so yeah, when I walk past a restaurant that's like cooking meat, or a neighbor's cooking meat, I just sit there and go, oh man. Despite my knowing that it's just the morality of killing and exploiting innocent animals needlessly for food, because we know we can live off plants, but then is it worth it? Because if you just live off plants, you'll end up like me, So, what do you guys think here? What's going on? What's going on, guys? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to proceed in light of recent events for me here. And you know what? Maybe VD is right. I'll give her a shout out. You watching Vegan Deterioration? When I woke up this morning and I couldn't get out of bed, I also woke up looking like this. And my face was stuck like that for like 20, 30 minutes. So it was kind of tough having a stuck face like that. So VD, if you want to make a video like, yeah, Ryan finally sees the light and comes to his senses, you already have a thumbnail, like Deficient Ryan versus like non-vegan Ryan, but like that. But I haven't done it yet. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I haven't eaten. You know how you start, when you stop being vegan, you always eat an egg, right? That's the first step. You eat one egg, and then you make a video about, wow, I had one bite of an egg, and all of a sudden the heavens opened up, and Valhalla and trumpets and everything, and I felt so energized. I went out and ran a marathon twice, and that's how it works out. Then you eat a fish, and after that you run 5 marathons and twice as fast. And so yeah, what should I do, guys? Not sure. Jacob, to remove the sun damage from veganism. What are you talking about there, Jacob? Tell me, what kind of sun damage have I been inflicting upon myself through my abstinence from animal products because of my moral stance against animal cruelty? What kind of dangers have I been inflicting on my body, because of my moral stance? I want to know, Jacob 444. What's going on? I need a chemical peel. Well, I am 56. How beautiful should I be for 56? I think, despite me being vegan and totally deteriorated, I think I look decently nice. Go look at your dads and see if they're as handsome as I am or anything. But let's see, Jacob. Let me know what I've been doing wrong. How vegans need phenol-chemical peels at age 56, but meat eaters don't need them, because somehow when you eat meat, you don't need, like, they invented the what do you call it? The phenol chemical peel. Those were invented for vegans, right? If I go look it up, they'll say it's a treatment that was invented for vegans for all the sun damage that they inflict upon themselves from eating a plant-based diet. Meat eaters are cool. When I'm doing this is I'm typing out what it says like on Wikipedia. So let me know about this sun damage. Let me know, what's going on? I mean, I'm 56. Should we compare me to Rogan or something like that? I'm just kind of curious. Like, I think I look pretty good. I think my skin's pretty tight. I mean, how great should I look at 56, Jacob? Are we age shaming me? Because, I could be a 56-year-old meat eater or a 56-year-old vegan and look like this. I age. That's one property of being alive, is that you age over time. You usually don't, after a certain point, start getting more attractive once you've passed 18 or 20 or something like that, or 25. I don't know when it happens. But let me know, Jacob, how beautiful I should look. What is the normal attractiveness for a 56-year-old man, be it a vegan man or a non-vegan man? Okay, great. So you're saying, as a vegan, my skin is damaged. Can you, where is this damage? So you're saying, Jacob, I need to start eating meat and my skin will look better, something like that? I didn't know I had horrible looking skin. I actually thought I had pretty decent skin, considering I go outside quite frequently. I've surfed throughout a lot of my life, ran and rode bikes for many years. I think I'm doing pretty good. I don't think I look all that thrash, but Jacob, if you want to age shame me for being 56, you know, I'll try to live to be 100. So when you're 56, I can look at you and poke fun at you for not having perfect skin at age 56, even though you're eating all this sun UV protecting meat or something like that. But I'm thinking about joining you, Jacob. I'm really thinking about it because, you know, as the title of this live stream says, it's, you know, veganism is just too expensive. It's too hard. It's too deficient. But yeah, meat protects you from the sun. So let's look that up, Jacob. Let's go verify your claim, because that's an empirical claim. It sounds like an opinion you're giving us, Jacob. But let's take a look here. Does the fat in meat protect from UV rays? Let's see if we can find something for that, Jacob. Let's see. Somewhat like a shield. Well, that's cool. Somewhat like a shield. That's nice to know. Well, thing is, here's the thing. Let's say that's true, and let's say it provides some protection. I wonder what kind of SPF value, because are you worried, Jacob? I've been wearing SPF sunblock on my face for years, so I imagine it doesn't have a much. Oh, this is from a fat cow skin. Let me try to find a scientific site, because that could be let's see if we can find a, let's see, here's something from the National Institute of Health. Let's see if it gives you like an SPF equivalent here. I'm just kind of curious here. Let's see. Okay, here's what it says. Our results indicate that omega-3 fatty acids, and you know you can get omega-3 fatty acids in plants too. In fact, I have, I take every day in when I have my smoothies, ground flaxseed, which has omega-3 fatty acids. For years, my Clean Machine Green Protein, which was has duckweed in it, had omega-3 fatty acids. So you can't get them from plants. So they're saying, yeah, omega-3 fatty acids can help with that. But then, you know what's probably better than omega-3 fatty acids? Just put on a 30 or SPF sunblock, Jacob. So I'm not entirely convinced that not entirely convinced that you need to eat meat to protect yourself. I bet if you went to an actual dermatologist rather than some random person on the internet and said, hey, I don't want to wear sunscreen, high UV blocking sunscreen, a high SPF sunscreen, I'm just going to eat meat. I think this dermatologist would say you're smoking some bad dope there. Just put on some SPF like a normal person does. So anyway, good for you. But anyway, maybe I'll start eating meat, Jacob, because for me, yeah, I'd rather eat meat than put sunscreen on. Because yeah, I had these moral beliefs that killing animals is wrong. It's just, we don't need to. We can eat plants. We can eat plants and get all the nutrients we need. So why kill animals needlessly? But you know, screw that. I'm just gonna you know, instead of wearing sunblock, I'm going to kill animals. Wouldn't it just be easier, though, if I just put on sunscreen? Tell me, Jacob, why I just can't continue wearing sunscreen and bypass the needless killing of animals, which I'm sure doesn't provide like 30 to 50 SPF, which I wear. I put some on this morning when I went out with Angie on our little morning walk to the coffee shop. Yeah, we got me a latte. I'm in California. You watching UV? I got me an oat latte. Anyway, yeah, Jacob, why can't I just wear high SPF sunblock and eat plants? But, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe I should kill animals and get like a 2 or 3 SPF out of it or something like that. You know, you do the math there, Jacob, if that works for you. Cool. So, but I'll keep that in mind, Jacob, because I'm really thinking if I make a switch, it'll be today. So, today's the day. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll start killing animals so I can get a mild SPF boost rather than just using the sunscreen, the vegan sunscreen I've been using for years. So anyway, that's something to think about. Yeah, put on sunscreen or kill animals. It seems such a hard decision, huh? I can't even imagine how I'm going to sort that through. Putting on a 30 SPF sunscreen or killing animals and getting maybe 2 SPF. You know, I can't. How do you guys help me? How do I think that through? How do I weigh out the pros and cons of, so I put on a 30 SPF or kill animals for like 2 SPF? You guys help me. You guys help me with this one. You help me decide. I don't know. It seems like there's a strong case for both sides, like killing animals needlessly, exploiting and torturing animals so I can get like a mild SPF thing, maybe, or just not killing animals and putting on a high SPF sunscreen. You guys help me think this through. I can't. I can see the merits on both sides, right, guys? You guys help me. This is a very difficult decision. I'm not sure what to do. Jacob has a point. Just kill animals because you won't get sunburned. Let's see. Yeah, Bob Hill, you're right. Ryan is questioning. Nothing wrong with being curious about animals. I'm so curious about animal foods. If I can eat animal foods and get like a mild 2 or 3 SPF protection rather than just putting on 30 SPF, it seems so hard. I can't even calculate between the two. P-Dude, do I like working out stoned? No, I never work out or exercise stoned. No, I just don't. I mean, running, at least here on P-Dude, like there's too many cars and dangers and, potential ways of getting killed. So I want to have all my faculties about me. Maybe if I were running in a protected area, like on a track or a safe trail without any hazards, maybe I'd think about it. But no, I don't even know how that affects your heart rate. It seems like it would elevate your heart rate. When you're running, it would elevate your heart rate. So just thinking about it, without actually having done it, to me, it doesn't sound like something I would really be into. But hey, if you live in a place where it's safe to do that, you don't feel any real dangers of getting killed by buses or cars or bad people or whatever, and your heart rate's fine, maybe talk to your doctor about it first. But if it works for you, I'm not here to stop you. So anyway, I didn't see you guys give me any yeah, and AJ points out, yeah, the P-Dude, you might trip if you're running high, huh? Bob, a MAGA hat. Maybe I'll think about that today too, huh? Well, if I quit vegan, I might as well just give up on my ideas that I believe in, and start thinking, hey, it's okay to, when you lose an election, even though you have no evidence, just send your supporters to break into the Capitol and start. That's totally cool. I'll start going that. And I think it's also totally cool too when you're in a trial and you want to lash out at the judge. Show pictures of the judge's daughter. That's totally cool. I'm going to start thinking those are perfectly valid options for me as a sensible adult. I'll start thinking about that. Those are very cool things to do. Anyway, yeah, because when I ran for city council here in 2020, I didn't win. There were 7 of us. There was a vacant seat for our district here. I got 5th place. And you know what? I was thinking this election is rigged. I almost had all my voters. I think I got 100 votes, something like that. I forgot. I think I took a screenshot of it from the LA County governmental records. But it was rigged. I don't accept those election results. So that's what I've learned. Anytime you lose, claim it was rigged. Like I played a basketball game Friday, and we lost a game. I said it's rigged. I'm not accepting the defeat. I always win. I have to win. If I win, it was fair, and if I lose, there was something shady going on. So that's something that I'm going to start embracing now. Never accept losses. If you lose, claim some bullshit, shady action happened. So that's my new philosophy in life too. I'm starting today. So anyway, AJ, oh my God, thank you.
Here's to the steak and potatoes fund.
Well, I probably won't need that much, AJ, because, being vegan is so expensive. Like I'm talking about, when you're vegan, we all know you have to have Beyond Burgers, Beyond Meat, Beyond Sausage, or Impossible. You have to have fake meat every meal, right? Like, what are you going to do? If you don't, you're not going to get your protein. You have to have some food that is a facsimile of meat or an animal product, right? Or else you'll die, right? I mean, we all know that. And we know that meat is cheaper. It's so hard to buy all these expensive vegan foods. That's why I gotta quit. But AJ, yeah, $20 for the steak and potatoes. If I indeed go down this path of switching or ending my veganism today, if I do choose that, that'll probably last me maybe 2.5, 3 months. AJ, what do you think? $20? That should be able to. What do you think, Bob? You're a meat eater, right? You tell me, $20, will that last me maybe 2.5 months? I'm just ballparking. I'm just doing some quick fuzzy math. Is that right, Bob? You tell me as our resident, non-vegan. I haven't bought this stuff since like, you know, the 90s or 2000s. So you tell me, is that a rough estimation? $20 will last for steak and potatoes. Well, not even potatoes. I should just give up potatoes too. Just steak. How long will it last me? 4 months, AJ? Is that about right? Thanks. Like I said, I'm totally out of touch right now. I haven't been vegan since 2010 and pretty much a vegetarian for the 10 years prior to that. So I probably haven't bought a steak maybe ever. I may have never ever gone to the market and bought a steak, to be honest with you. So I should do that with eggs. So what do you think, Bob? If I bought $20 of eggs, how long will that last me? Let me just Google how much a carton of eggs costs. Let's see how much, because I haven't bought any eggs in so long. Let's see. Let's get a new tab here. Price. Is it a carton? Is that what they're called? Carton, not cartoon of eggs. Let's see what a carton of eggs costs. Okay, I can get a dozen eggs at Target for $3. So if AJ gave me 20, I can get like 6 to 7, not 7, like 6.5. I could buy 6, but there's tax. So yeah, probably like $6. 6 cartons. So that's how long 6 dozen eggs, $20 will last me a long time, right? And Bob says I should eat it because Bob says it's cheaper than steak, because I was considering steak. So he said that that's the cheapest source of animal products, eggs. So I'll go with Bob here because, you know, eating animal products is so much cheaper than eating, you know, like lentils and potatoes and stuff. So that should last me, how do you think, Bob? Just a week? No, it should last me a month or at least. I was thinking 3 months. So let me know. Okay, so thanks for that. That's cool. You guys are giving me some great ideas. William Shanks, you just tried meat today and you felt your deficiencies wither away. That's what I'm wondering. When I eat that egg, well, I just like faint, like, oh my God, what have I been missing? Because that's what all, you know, vegans do when they stop being vegan. So, let's see. Green beans and gaming. Heard I don't like free speech. No, I'm exercising my free speech right now. I'm not sure where you heard that. I'm not a proponent of allowing hate speech to be said. In fact, that's part of my rules here. If you look on my Livestream Rules, I don't allow people to come here and start calling me horrible Chinese things or ageist things or stuff like that. So no, if you consider my stance against hate speech as not being free speech, well, I guess whatever you want to call it. Other than that, I'm pretty into free speech. So anyway, hey Peter, my sudden live, because you know I'm thinking I had this realization. I woke up in bed with no energy. My face was stuck in this position. I woke up like this. I was stuck that way for like 15 minutes. I had no energy. Angie had to drag me out of bed, and I realized, you know, veganism is so expensive. It's so difficult. Like I said, when I went to Del Taco today, I had to scroll down when I ordered the burrito and hit the customize no cheese. It was so hard to do that, you know? I'm thinking about, is it really worth it to have this moral stance against animal cruelty and exploitation? Is it really worth it to like scroll down another like half an inch and hit no cheese? You know, it wiped me out. I couldn't go through the drive-thru after that, you know? Hey Metalhead, you shall eat steak and lift weights but naked then? Wait, what's I must have missed the context there. What's going on? I just gave Edie another screenshot. Let me try to give her one more, even more demented one. That's how I woke up. I actually woke up like that because I took a selfie. I was like this. Well, Angie took a selfie for me. Now, it wouldn't be a selfie then if Angie shot it, right? That's how I woke up. Oh, I'm having a seizure right now. Oh, watch out. I'm having a vitamin deficient seizure right now. Uh-oh, it's happening. The vitamin deficiency seizure's happening. Ah! It's happening. I'm stuck like this forever. Oh no. Hi guys. Ryan. Okay, it's back. I'm back. Whew. Okay, I think I snapped out of it. Okay. Whew. So what do you think, guys? You guys got to help me here. This is a big decision, you know. Yeah, Bob. You know, buying all that stuff is so expensive. Mango's expensive. I saw a pretty good price at Ranch 99. Let me see if I can find Ranch 99 mangoes. 99 ranch mangoes. Mango. Is that how you spell mangoes? Let's see. let's see. Oh, come on, dumb ads. Okay, this is pretty expensive, Bob. You're right. Mango is really expensive. This 1 pound pack of mangoes, $2.25. Can you imagine that? The humanity of getting all this fruit here for paying $2.29. I mean, that's crazy, right? $2.29 for all this like fruit here. These mangoes that Bob said they're so expensive. Like, whoa, like who can afford that, right? Let me know can you guys afford these mangoes? In fact, I'm gonna make a poll. Can you afford mangoes? Let's do that right now. Let me make a poll. How did I do that again? Crap. Here we go. Poll. Start a poll. Can you afford these mangoes? All right, so let's do a little poll right now. Can you afford these mangoes? Start poll. Can you afford these mangoes right here? Let's see. I'll let you guys help me decide. If you guys can't afford it, and then it just shows like this is something that just like if you got to be a billionaire, to afford this. In fact, I was thinking about after this live stream, I was going to go out and start a protest. I feel like the billionaires need to be taxed even less. Anyone want to join me on this to go out and protest that the billionaires are being taxed too much, even though they're being taxed barely at all? We need to tax them less. So anyway, the only billionaires could afford this stuff. So let's see how you guys are doing here on the, if you can afford these mangoes. They're $2.29 for this pack of mangoes here. AJ, you had to remortgage your house to buy mangoes? Hey, at least you got a house, right? You're lucky then that you could afford to like take some money, some equity out of your house to buy mangoes. Because that's what I'm saying. You have to have some extra cash, like a mortgage that you could tap into, some equity, or be a billionaire, who are, they can afford it. They're not getting taxed that much. They can afford these mangoes. All right, so let me check out the results of this poll here. So let's see how it's going here. End poll. All right, here's the results. Can we afford these mangoes? It's about 50-50. See, a lot of you guys can't afford these mangoes. $2.25, way too much money. Bob's right. You could buy a steak for that, right? So Bob's right. It's good to have the perspective here that that mangoes are a food for the elite. It's that's what we learned here. $2.29, elitist food here. It's just you got to be one of those billionaires to afford it, or AJ, who's fortunate to have equity that she could cash out of her house. Not everyone can do that. So what's that? I have to remove the seed and live in the mango. So yeah, you guys are giving me a lot to think about. I appreciate you guys giving me all this perspective. Maybe maybe today will be the day I'll make this life-changing decision, and I'll make another video. Like I'll film myself eating my first egg or something like that. No, anyway, let's see. Let's see. What else? Let's see, William Shanks. So yeah, thanks for sharing your personal experience there, William. So you went to the store. I appreciate you sharing me your personal experience. You went to the store and you couldn't afford mangoes at $2 a pound, but in the same minute you bought cheap $30 Angus beef. I know what you're saying. Yeah, this is way too much. But if you go to the store and see $2.29 for the mangoes, I can understand like heading straight to the steak aisle, because that's it's so much cheaper, right? Seema, oh yeah, I realized too that plants have feelings. Who hasn't come to the conclusion that plants, they have feelings. They know how to orientate themselves into the sun. When you plant a seed, the seed knows how to grow up towards the sun. How would they know how would a seed know how to grow in any particular direction unless it had brains and thoughts and all that stuff? The stuff that we have, the stuff that all animals and mammals and stuff have. So yeah, seeds are intelligent. Plants are intelligent, so of course, us vegans are kidding themselves if we think that eating a piece of kale is any different than raising a cow in an exploitative, confined manner for what, a few months if it's veal, or a year or two if it's a mature cow, to be turned into a steak and then slaughtering it and cutting its body up. Yeah, kale versus all that stuff I described. It's the same thing, right? It's pretty much morally equivalent, just going outside and grabbing an apple off the tree versus slaughtering a big mature animal, right? It's kind of the same thing. I really have a hard time seeing any difference there. So, you know, now listen, plant seeds are just robots from the elite New World Order. Yeah, vegan, we all know that vegan. Come on, guys, let's just be serious. We know veganism is just a Bill Gates invented veganism, and it's part of the New World Order that Bill Gates is creating, because, you know, Bill Gates runs the show, right? You know, behind the scenes, he's running all the world governments, and all the governments have conspired together to conclude with Bill Gates that everyone must go vegan, because Bill Gates is vegan. Oh no, he's not vegan. I forgot. He likes McDonald's and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on. Hey, Six, thanks for the super chat tip there. Much appreciated. Yeah, Ryan, Vegan Tech. Yeah, just people like, yeah, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, even though they themselves are not vegan, they are the only people, the billionaire class, who we need to tax less, because, you know, they're already paying a low amount of taxes, but we really want to tax them less. But anyway, those guys are the only ones that can afford vegan snacks, and only someone with their kind of like net worth could afford, you know, mangoes at $2 a pound, right? I mean, that's just unobtainable for us average people here, people who are not in the top 1%. So yeah, I've been living this life of a lie, thinking that I could afford foods like mangoes. Like Bob said, they're really expensive. And he's right, $2 for a pound of mangoes, no can do anymore. Yeah, Lucia, I've always wondered how Bill Gates did that, like encouraging people to become vegan, not being vegan himself, because he's always encouraging people to be vegan. That's why I went vegan. I met Bill Gates one day, and he said, Ryan, you seem like a nice boy, but I need you to go vegan, because that's the way the New World Order is headed. So that's how Bill Gates talks. So he has that kind of accent. I don't know what kind of accent that is, but that's the accent Bill Gates has there. That was my peak moment in life, when I sat down and had a conversation with billionaire Bill Gates. He also told me he wants to pay less taxes too. Anyway, Redlocks, we need to send this live stream to Isaac Butterfield to show him that he won and converted me. Yeah, you know, that's really hey uncle, good point there, Redlocks. It is really what did me in is last night I was watching Isaac Butterfield videos on veganism, why veganism is horrible and why vegans are such rotten, horrible, disgusting, vile people. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, wow, he speaks so logically, so forceful with his argumentation, and, you know, it's an order, a full-on order. So, Isaac, thank you. You're why I'm considering ending my veganism today, because your arguments are so strong, your logic so airtight, your evidence, his evidence is amazing. I've just never seen an anti-vegan present such evidence-based information as to why veganism is wrong, and why vegans are horrible people and we kill things with the combine harvester. So, you know, it was really a combine harvester argument too, which he invented, by the way, that convinced me that maybe veganism is not the greatest thing in the world. Maybe, I'm not sure. Hey, Nikki, you gotta go. Yeah, Bob, he is really convincing, huh? I mean, I think Isaac Butterfield's probably responsible for at least half of the vegan YouTubers for not being vegan. I've talked to them privately behind the scenes, and they said, you know, they were pretty strong in their veganism, but they watched some Isaac Butterfield or Butterhill, whatever his name is, videos, and that was it. Done. Veganism done. You know, instant quitting vegan. I sounded Southern there. Yeah, Bill Gates. It's a not well-known fact that Bill Gates is Southern, even though, you know, you might think he's like, you know, hardcore like West Coast or East Coast guy, you know, but he's Southern. Let's see, Lucia, your brother was worried about your calcium levels. You should be, because you're vegan, right? Then you showed him your blood work. He didn't mention it again because your levels were so awful, Lucia. Your brother didn't want to make you feel bad, right? You showed him your calcium and it read deficient, right? It has to be because you're vegan. So that's really gentlemanly of your brother to not like taunt you for having such horrible calcium levels that all vegans have, because we know all vegans have horrible blood work, calcium in particular. It's impossible as a vegan to get calcium, right? Health organizations don't agree that we could get calcium as a vegan. So, yeah, Sarah, yeah, good. Thanks for tuning in, Sarah, because today it hit me really hard. I woke up with no energy. I woke up with my face frozen, my hands like this for like 15 minutes. And I couldn't get out of bed. Angie had to pry me. I felt so tired. And I realized, what am I doing? Like, veganism's so hard, you know? Like for lunch today, I went to Del Taco and I had to like order on the app. And to make it like vegan, so there's no cheese, I had to scroll down like an extra ½ inch and hit customize no cheese. That's hard. Like, you know, it's a pain in my ass. I'm grumpy now because I had to do that, you know. I'm grumpy because I have no energy because I'm deficient vegan. And then I had to scroll and click that option. The option, you know, it's like, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to click no cheese? You know, it's like, you know, it sucks, you know. I'm pissed off that I had to do that. It's just too hard. I'm entitled. I shouldn't have to do that stuff. So, you know, and it's so expensive too, buying food, like, you know, like Bob Hill's here and he was saying how expensive it was to buy mangoes, you know. And we showed, yeah, look, I looked it up at our local Asian supermarket chain, 99 Ranch or Ranch 99. I forget what it is. Anyway, yeah, $2.25 for a box of mangoes. And he's right. I mean, you got to be in the upper 1%, you know, to be able to afford some luxury food like this. Yeah, I don't know why they even bother carrying mangoes at Ranch 99. Like, they probably just sit there all day because, you know, until a billionaire walks in and buys a box of mangoes for $2.25, you know, those mangoes are just sitting there collecting dust, right? Going bad. They're going to have to throw them away. Lucy, yeah, Lucci, Palamba, mangoes made you go broke. Yeah, that's happened to me too when I was eating a lot of mangoes when I was earlier. Uncle, I really don't know why, but mention vegan or veganism, you'll find someone get immensely triggered. And then comes the illogical arguments. I'm getting tired of that too, Uncle. I'm so tired of like when we make a post on our social media about eating some lentils or something like that, people get triggered. So now if I just post images of us eating meat, if I'm going to quit veganism today on April 1, 2024, I guess that won't happen anymore. People will be cool, right? You know, but yeah, post any kind of plant-based thing, and yeah, people all of a sudden start assuming all sorts of things about you, like you're a jerk, you're mean, you're judgmental, you're hateful. I'm tired of that. So I should, if you can't beat them, join them, right, Uncle? If I don't want to receive all that hate anymore from the anti-vegans, I'll just join them, right? Does that make a lot of sense? Is that the logical thought process there? I'm not sure. AJ, you filed for bankruptcy after buying a box of mangoes. I thought you said you took your equity line of credit on your house there to enable to afford, you know, a box of mangoes. So, let's see. Is that what you bought? Did you get a box? Yeah, you bought a box. $2.29. Totally unobtainable. Foods that are out of the reach of the common person. Only the elites like Bob. I don't think Bob's even elite. He loves the elites. He wishes the top 1% would pay even less taxes, but he himself is not one of those. But maybe you are, Bob. So I guess you could afford the mangoes because you know you why would else do you support these beautiful billionaires? Because they're the ones keeping mango farmers alive. Seriously, if there weren't no billionaires, there'd be no mango farms. Because who could afford $2.29 for a box of mangoes? I can't. Sarah, congrats! Awesome. I always knew you were going to become pregnant this year. I had a feeling when when January 1st, happened, that by April 1st of 2024, April 1st, I had a feeling you might become pregnant. I was wondering, Sarah's always like, does things with flair. A single baby wouldn't be enough. I thought it would probably be twins or triplets. So awesome. Good for you, Sarah. This is an awesome day for a lot of us, right? A lot of great things are happening to us. Pregnant at almost 52. It is a miracle, huh? It's a miracle what can happen these days, right? Especially on like April 1st. A lot of great things can happen to people. Yeah, billionaires are people too, Bob. Let's all chant in. Billionaires are people too. You know, whenever I see a billionaire walking by, I look and point, hey, you billionaire, God bless you. You know, we need more of you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys need to pay less taxes than you already pay. You guys are cool. So yeah, I don't want to see any billionaire shaming or anything like that. Like people like Bob, just be cool to people like Bob who are billionaires. Just again, knowing that people like Bob and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, who is a vegan but not a vegan, you know, they keep mango farmers alive, because you know it would be a really shitty world if we had no mangoes. Johnny, you took out a $100,000 loan at 67% interest. Hey, that's a little high per month to afford that box of mangoes. Good for you. Hey, if you really want to stay vegan, that's what some of us are forced to do. Unfortunately, we're mortgaging away our future. You know, we won't be able to afford to buy houses, to start families, you know, or anything, because we've wasted it all on crap like this, like mangoes, stuff that we just can't afford. Like, really, who can afford $2.29 for a box of mangoes? It doesn't get any worse than that. Let's see, Sarah, it was a great day. I had a nice day here too. After a hellish weekend of rain, and hopefully that was the last big one of the year for us. But what'd you do today? You walked all over your little city for hours, 64 degrees. It was glorious. That was about that today, 68 here. So that sounds like a really warm day for you up there in Oregon. Yeah, it was nice today after 2 solid days of crappy rain. And thanks, Sarah. I actually was able to walk to the coffee shop today. I remember on the Friday live stream, you gave me a super chat tip to treat myself to my latte, my California latte. So I got my it's an oat latte of sorts. It's like a fancy, their customized version of a latte. So I got that today. So VD, you watching? I don't drink soy lattes in California, but I do have my oat latte. So thank you, Sarah, for that. I wanted to let you know, and I did it today. And I want to thank you for treating me to my favorite little pick me up today. So I haven't went crazy. I was kind of debating, should I get a half calf or a decaf? I never get full calf. I had to a couple times. Their decaf machine was broken for a couple weeks, and I had full calf a few times. Ooh, I don't recommend that road, guys, unless you're used to that kind of potency. That was just like, it was rough. But anyway, yeah, I went crazy to got my half calf, and I felt great. So I got my soy latte, my oat latte. So yeah. Good point there, Uncle, huh? So I'm gonna make a poll here. Should I quit being vegan or not? So let me create a new poll here. Start a poll. All right, so let's see. Should Ryan quit being vegan today? So I'm gonna put that up there for you guys. So I won't necessarily do what you guys say, but I want to. Your guys' opinion will influence me. I will take that into consideration, add it to the other things I've been thinking through. So yeah, should I do it today? Because let me just kind of run over. It's really hard. I told you I had to scroll down on my app to hit the no cheese option at Del Taco before I went through the drive-thru. It was really hard to hit that button. You know, you can miss it, especially as I'm getting older. It's hard to like see things, especially on a little phone and stuff. So it's hard to hit the button. You know, why should I even bother hitting the button, right? I just don't want to bother. It'd just be easier to kill animals than to hit the button. So it's hard. It's expensive, as we saw from Bob here. You know, eating mangoes, which only vegans eat. I forgot to mention, only vegans eat mangoes, right? You know, so it's really expensive to eat mangoes as a vegan. And it's so deficient. Like Lucci said, you know, he showed his brother, or her, are you male or female? You know, he said you showed your brother your calcium blood labs, and your brother shut up because I'm sure your brother was horrified about how horribly deficient you were. So there's so many reasons I'm seeing here as why, you know, maybe, and I'll add this in with your guys' opinions here too. So let's see. So I've had it up maybe a minute here. Let's see, how do I end this thing? All right, end poll. Let's see what the drum roll, please. Should Ryan quit being vegan today? Yes, 64% says, yeah, today is the day. I mean, had a good run, right? 13 plus years, but you know, it's too hard hitting the no cheese option at Del Taco. It's just so expensive. As a vegan, buying these mangoes, even though non-vegans eat mangoes too, and the deficiency, it's just horrible. And waking up, the worst thing is waking up like this. You watching, VD? This is for you, VD. I know you have a little crush on me, right, VD? She can't stop making videos about me, so I assume she just loves to see my gorgeous face here, right? But anyway, I'm just joking about my gorgeous face. We had the guy that came on earlier that said my face is sun ravaged as a vegan. Like vegans can't put like sunscreen on. It's impossible. When you buy sunscreen as a vegan, it doesn't work. Somehow our biochemistry changes the chemistry of sunscreen. As soon as you apply it, it's 0 SPF, even though it started at 50. So anyway, VD, here's for you. But waking up like this, it's just getting a bit much. I wake up like that maybe 3-4 times a week now. So let's see, 64%. Wow, that's pretty overwhelming, guys. Like, more than double of you guys said I should quit being vegan today. So AJ, Bob's gonna Bob shirt. We do need that, but unfortunately, such an inside joke that you can't really wear it anywhere. I'll get one. I'll get the Bob's gonna be Bob video. Yeah, and Uncle, I forgot to, Uncle raises all those poor critters that die when crops are harvested for me. Ignore the fact that most crops are harvested to feed animals. Most crops don't go to humans for human food consumption. But yeah, we got to think about all that too. No one's perfect. You can't be alive as a vegan and expect to have zero harm happen. You're going to cause some harm just by being alive. So the only two options are either to unalive yourself or just to not be vegan. Then you don't have to worry. You can harm anything and everything you want because that's part of the definition of vegan. Vegan means you can't harm anything. So there's so many reasons. There's so many good reasons. It's starting to really hit me today. Lucci, all the anti-vegans are probably going nuts about this live stream. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna watch this. I'll probably not make this live on our channel because if someone watches this, say that someone stumbles upon this live stream in like a week or a month or something like that, or 8 months, they'll go, "What the hell's going on?" They won't understand the context of this very special day today, Monday. It's Monday, the first day of April, 2024. Very special day. Yeah, Sarah, what are you do? How dumb of me to just only congratulate you but not ask you when are you due with those triplets, Sarah? That's amazing. 52 years old, triplets. It's like a miracle of God or something like that you could have such a pregnancy. No, Angie's here. Where's Angie at? Is Angie here? Where'd Angie go? I saw you comment to Angie. Huh. Anyway, what am I can't see Angie. I must be deficient or something. Oh, Angie's commenting as me. I see Angie's logged into the Happy Healthy Vegan account there. I was looking for Angie's account. I see now. Okay, that's not me. Those last 3 Happy Healthy Vegan comments are Angie there. Yeah, I don't make the t-shirts. Okay. What does Redlock say? Ryan, you are falling for the quote vegan propaganda. Those crop deaths are all on vegans, not meat eaters. I know, isn't it weird? When, again, more animals and critters are killed in the harvesting of plants. Obviously, plants are fed primarily to animals, which humans eat. So how come it's on vegans? But yeah, we are responsible. We're responsible for all the accidental harm that happens in the process of agriculture. We're responsible for all of it. The stuff that happens even for the meat eaters and the feed for animals. It's all on us, right? They take no blame. I'm not sure how that works. I wish a meat eater could come and explain. Anyone here, Bob? You want to try speaking for your kind? Anyone want to explain to me when animals get harmed in agriculture? It's on the vegans, even though most of the food fed in this world goes to non-vegans, and the animals that need the plants as livestock feed. How come it's all a burden on vegans? I'm not sure, because I want to join your side, Bob. So if you can explain it to me, maybe it'll make sense. So explain the logic there, because it's a little fuzzy. I'm sure when you do it, it'll just all click, and that'll probably be the final straw I need. So it's on you, Bob. The fate of Ryan's future rests on Bob Hill right now. Explain to me that one, if you can. This is it. April 1st, 2024. That's it. Ending it. You're pushing the no Bob shirt idea way back. Okay, and that's still Angie posting down there, by the way, as Happy Hell Living. That is still not me. So Angie posted the banana split video this week, and that's why she's still logged in on that computer. Come to the dark side of me. Yeah, I guess I'm waiting for that argument. So I'll take it from Bob or anyone. If anyone's watching right now, meat eater or vegan, please. So meat eaters are looking for the inconsistencies. Inconsistencies of what? How come meat eaters think vegans are being inconsistent when it's a fact that anyone could point out, meat eater or vegan, that agriculture, the way agriculture is done these days, especially mass agriculture, mass agribusiness, that there's not much care for like the natural state of things, like animals could get harmed, and even even outside of agriculture, like say transporting food from point A to point B, you can run over an animal, you can run over a human being, you can hit someone on their bike, and kill them. But anyway, why is this on vegans? If a kid gets hit on their bike from a Whole Foods delivery truck, or if a combine harvester harvesting corn or soy, which over 90% of which are fed to livestock, why is that a vegan inconsistency? I'm not sure. So that's what I want to understand, Bob. Why is that, even though the food doesn't go to vegans, it goes to animals, why is that a vegan thing? I'm not exactly sure how that's inconsistent with being against not mangoes, but we're not against mangoes here, because mangoes are so expensive. We appreciate them. How's that against having a moral stance against humans intentionally exploiting animals, humans intentionally slaughtering animals, when we could just eat the plants, which don't involve those things other than accidental harm, but you're going to get accidental harm either way. But anyway, I'd like to understand that. Be a meathead, you want to. Yeah, uncle. All right, Sarah, your triplets. Thanks for the update there. You're going to name your triplets Dirt, Stick, and Culvert. Those are beautiful names. Awesome. I forgot to hit the bell, when I showed the definition. Did I forget that? Let me hit the bell there. Yeah, it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I think everyone reduces harm, Bob says, to animals in their own way on various levels. It's about doing our best. Well, if that's true, Bob, if everyone's trying to do their best, which I don't believe people are trying jack shit to do their best, I wonder then why, if people are really trying to do their best, why aren't people all eating plants? Because if we look at how many animals are harmed and to produce food in 8 food categories, look at the bottom. No, there's no slaughter when you're eating or harvesting grains, fruits, and vegetables. Zero slaughter, but there's a hell of a lot more animals killed in the slaughter and in the harvest when you look at all non-vegan sources there. Yeah, they don't even have slaughter and milk, and I think that's wrong, because we know male calves are killed for the most part. They could become veal, but they could become slaughtered, or they're killed before they become veal. But anyway, yeah, if everyone's really trying to do their best, as Bob Hill asserts, if that was really a person's goal, and I call this harm reducitarianism, if that means your goal is ultimately the least amount of harm, you'd have no choice, according to the data, to eat a diet that consists of fruits, vegetables, and grains. There's no slaughter, and the amount of accidental harm caused in harvest is lesser in those as well. So yeah, if everyone's trying to do their best, it seems like we should be vegan. So maybe Bob was trying to convince me there to not be vegan, but I don't know. I think the tide has swung back. I'm thinking about maybe I should be vegan, because I think that oops, wrong one. I think this speaks volumes to me. If you really want the fewest amount of animals to be harmed, you have no choice other than to be vegan. I think I might be vegan. I might stay vegan after all. After all this, Bob convinced me to be vegan. Who would have thought that? Thank you, Bob. You woke me out of my dogmatic slumbers here. I was thinking, I should switch being vegan. It's so hard to scroll down on the app and hit the no cheese option on the Del Taco app. I don't have time for that. My thumb got sore. I could like spraying a muscle, pull a muscle in my thumb when I scroll down to click the no cheese option. But you made me realize it, Bob. I'm gonna stay vegan because of this. Look at this speaks volumes here. Yeah, it's not gonna be perfect as far as harvesting goes. That's how agriculture works. But look at this: the least amount of harm, the least amount of animals killed. When you take into account intentional slaughter, that's the red parts of the graph, and the gold parts of the graph are harvest kills. Yeah, I'm staying vegan. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Whew. That was a tough one, man. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I start waking up like this again every day and all that. And, when I pull muscles in my thumb, scrolling to the no cheese option. But I'm just going to always come back to this graph and remember, that Bob Hill is the one that convinced me to stay vegan because he's saying everyone's trying to do their best. So I'm going to do my best. And I looked at the graph. Yeah, the best you can do is to eat vegetables, fruits, and grains. So that's what I'm going to continue doing because that's what I believe in. I believe in that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. Vegan. And if you, but we know vegans aren't perfect, right? Because, we live in an imperfect world. We don't have control of how agriculture works out unless you happen to have your own farm or something like that. So given that, still, this is the best thing that vegans can do. And the best thing non-vegans can do if you believe that it's best to harm as few animals as possible. So thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. I'll give you a big hug here, Bob. Thank you, Bob Hill. Love you. Thank you so much. You resolved all my quandaries and dilemmas I've been having all day. Bob Hill kept me vegan. Who would have thought that, Wow, that is so cool. God bless you, Bob. Awesome. Wow, so that was tough. It took me, 56 minutes to think this through, but I want to thank you guys, and especially Bob, like I said, for giving me the right thing to think about. Harm reductionitarianism, least amount of harm. Combining that with my ethical stance against animal cruelty and exploitation, to me, it's a slam dunk. It's a no-brainer. Eat the grains, fruits, and the vegetables. Least amount of there's zero intentional harm and the least amount of accidental harm as well. So it's a win-win-win. Veganism for the win. Woo! Vegan. I'm gonna stay vegan. Woo! Woo! Wow. That was a rough one. I really thank you guys for helping me because today was rough, what put me over the edge was having to scroll down on the app to hit the no cheese option, like such bullshit, right? To have to bother doing such a terribly difficult act like scrolling and hitting a button. Like, what were they thinking, But yeah, phew, that was a tough one. What would I do without you guys? Seriously, if I didn't have you guys, if I didn't have Bob Hill in my life, who knows? I might have been going to the store to get a carton of eggs and boil an egg or whatever you do to an egg. I don't know, but it was a close one there. But Bob, thank you. If it wasn't for you, who knows what kind of craziness I'd be doing in the next day or so, or tonight even. Yeah, you almost lost me, but I'm coming back. I'm going to stay vegan now. Thanks to all you guys and Bob. So Bob, you're the star listener or viewer today, my star student. Yeah, who would have thought, Bob? Thank you. So anyway, if you guys have any quick questions for me, I know I just saw most of you guys on Friday. So if you have any questions for me now that the April Fool's part of the live stream is completely done, thanks for playing along with me on this thought process journey where Bob kind of led us on many odd directions. But Bob was ultimately the one that brought it home, I couldn't resist. I haven't done an April Fool's video or live stream in years. So, but I am serious. I'm going to take this down or make it private after like another hour or two because someone will come across this April 2nd or May 15th or July 9th, and who knows, and not understand the context of the live stream. But I'm such a joker, I'm not a joker. I like humor, I like to laugh, and if I can make others laugh and cringe too, I'll try at least. So thanks so much. Utapos, could I do a poll like pole dance or North Pole, or do a question poll, like if a questionnaire poll, like what Yeah, Uncle, enjoy this weather. Enjoy it. I saw there's a slight chance of some slight rain like Thursday night, Friday, but nothing like the hell that we just had this last weekend. So yeah, all of us on the West Coast, yeah, take a little breather, enjoy enjoy the storms being done now. Our garden is great, man. It's like a super bloom in our garden. Plants are happy, but weeds are happy too. So your cult leader has been pulling a lot of weeds out in between storms lately, so it doesn't get too out of hand once like spring is fully here. Pole dancing. No. I screwed around on a pole dance once. One of our friends pole danced. So she had one at her house. So I checked it out. Man, that's hard, especially if you weigh a lot like I do, but don't have like some kind of giant upper body mass or something like that. You know, I have a lot of bone and muscle and fat and flesh to pull up. You know, it's a lot of stuff to deal with there. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna would make a great pole dancer. Lucci, so the mangoes, yeah, Bob's expensive mangoes there made you go broke, so you had to resort to pole dancing. Awesome, yeah, whatever we got to do to make ends meet, you know, whatever we got to do, because yeah, those mangoes, you know. Yeah, I'm really tall, Clayton. Yeah, so being tall, that you're just even, it's just extra weight from being tall. You got more bone and flesh and blood than someone who's shorter than you. What are you guys' sleeping schedules like? Shivering? I'm sure everyone's is different. There's no such thing as like a vegan kind of sleeping schedule or anything like that. I'm not sure if I don't think you're implying that. I'm just saying every person's unique. Vegans, non-vegans. Yes, it'll be a Friday live stream, assuming I'm still vegan by Friday. So I'm pretty sure that's going to continue. Let's see. Oh, you just saw that video when you're clearing big files off your phone, the one of me pole dancing? That is crazy. Wow, that's the one and only time. Yeah, Angie's laptop was complaining to her, saying, hey, you got to clear some space off this sucker. And yeah, I found a bunch of big video files in like a downloads or documents folder, not where we normally store like media at. So yeah, Angie went through that yesterday. So, yesterday sucked. It was raining all day on Christmas, Easter. It's a miserable day. So perfect day to just, do something like that rather than having to be a beautiful 74-degree day in spring and wasting it on like clearing off your hard drive or your SSD drive. So yeah, perfect use of yesterday. Seriously. You still need to clear some out. I will help you out, Angie. You said there was a few that were a little more troublesome or complicated, so I'll take a look. Sarah needs 7 hours at least, but I prefer 7.5 to 8.5 hours. Yeah, I think I barely got that 7 this morning. That's why I'm still functioning. Well, I think that half cap I had this morning with Angie helped out too. But yeah, people want to see you post that. I vote for posting the Ryan pole dance video. Well, maybe you can just take that little clip out, because our person, the friend of ours where I tried pole dancing this one and only time in my life, this was like maybe in 2015, 16, something like that. She's no longer vegan, by the way. I don't want to mention who she is right now or anything like that. But yeah, unfortunately, she's not vegan anymore. I'm not going to answer, is it her? Is it this? I'm just going to say, I don't know if we want to post that video just because of that. Like saying, hey, we give a thumbs up to this person who is no longer vegan, and probably said she did say some silly things about veganism on her way out. Nothing terribly evil like some people do, but still some things that I know she knows are not true. I don't see how when people quit being vegan, all of a sudden they can start saying things that they know make zero sense. I don't know. I guess it's their mind trying to reconcile things, and it doesn't. The thoughts don't exactly aren't totally logical any longer. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, Steam game demos. I'll help you with that. Getting rid of games that you're no longer playing that are just wasting your space. Utpost. So what you want me to do a poll on? Not pole dancing, but like I did 2 polls on this live stream actually. Two of them. So yeah, one, should I quit being vegan? And one, can you afford the mangoes that Bob was telling us about? The really expensive $2 mangoes. $2 for a box of a pound of mangoes. Let's see. Yeah, she was one of the early vegan influencers to eat eggs, unfortunately. I mean, I can understand. I'm not saying I'm justifying what she did, but she went away to college and she started hanging out with a group of friends, none of whom were vegan. And I think it just became more convenient for her to do what her friends were doing. And that's what happened to her. And I don't wish her any ill will or anything like that. Just, I said, if someone's going to quit being vegan, yeah, it sucks. I'm a little bummed or something, but just, all I ask is just don't say a bunch of shit on the way out that is wrong. Stuff that, a few months ago you would have not ever said, not because you're afraid to, because you knew it was like, just didn't make any sense. It was not true. But on the way out, you'll start saying things, well, vegans are deficient. And, they're not. Like, you weren't deficient when you were vegan. You were deficient in being able to go out with your friends and not be able to, not have to worry about anything. Like, not having to, like, recuse yourself. Oh, I can't go to these restaurants or anything like that because they have nothing for me. I think just, the social pressures. And we saw time and time, you guys have seen that Faunalytics report. The number reason why, like, I hate it when haters say, that like blah, blah, blah percent of vegans quit after a year or two. And yeah, it's not because they were deficient or something like that. The number one reason were social related issues, like friends and going out, social things, not because of the diet itself or their ethics wavered. It's because they just got pissed off having to be the weirdo when they got with their friends and stuff like that. So anyway, Angie's been getting 78-cent mangoes. Well, Angie, we can't afford that anymore. Bob told us, that's just too expensive. Steak or eggs is the more economical option, according to Bob. But that's all a moot point because I concluded I'm going to stay vegan tonight. Lynn, if I didn't say hi to you tonight, Lynn, I didn't say hi to a lot of people tonight. I don't know if I said hi to V. So my bad. This has been a weird live stream. And Clayton Metal Gear. Yeah, Lucy, societal pressures. That's the number one reason why people stop being vegan or vegetarian. It's not because they were deficient or dying or it was too expensive or whatever. There were societal pressures. And don't ever underestimate what societal pressures can do to people, especially if you're younger, like, teenage, early college age or whatever, being able to fit in with your friends is an important thing. I'm not saying that justifies quitting veganism, but there's a lot of pressure to be able to fit in and not be the weirdo that they have to work around or cater to because you have a special way of eating or something like that. There's a lot of pressure to just be able to hang with your friends. Unfortunately, I'm too old for that, and I don't have I don't go with a big group of friends or anything like that. Speaking of which, one of my friends texted me in the middle of this live stream. One who he moved to Thailand, and I didn't understand what I was saying. I'm just gonna say, you in town? Yeah, he was like my college chum. We studied philosophy together, graduated the same class in philosophy. He went off to law school, and here I am doing vegan YouTube live streams and producing music. I don't think he's practicing law anymore, but yeah. Old college chum. We used to do back in the day, we called guys night out. Like, this is me in the 90s. Like, I would do things that I don't do now. And that's right. That's how it should be. I'd go to I forgot, it was like Tuesday night or something like that. We'd go out to like a bar, play some pool, have some drinks, or go out and play to a coffee house at night and play chess, stuff like that. Just we jokingly referred to it guys night out, but we didn't do any like really guy-like things. Anyone could go to a bar and play pool and play chess at a coffee shop, but we just jokingly referred to it as guys night out. I think back then, even in the early 90s, we were making fun of the concept of toxic masculinity, even though that concept hadn't been coined back then. But even back then, we're joking about how silly, guys night, let's go and be all manly and stuff like that. Yeah. We just sit around and talk philosophy and stuff like that. Let's see. Hey Heidi, that's a nice little surprise here, the April Fool's live stream. I ended the April Fool's part of this live stream maybe like 10-15 minutes ago, so if you want to watch it, rewind when the live stream's done, feel free to do so. But yeah, now we're just having a regular old kind of chill time. Let's see. So Anything? Any little questions here? I should let you get going. I don't want to overdo my stay because I said I was with you guys just 2-3 nights ago on Friday, and here I am on Monday. Just how the calendar rolled here. Yeah, I was saved by Bob Hill actually. Heidi, Bob is the one that led me down the path of evidence and logic to have me conclude I need to be vegan. So yeah, it was awesome having Bob save me. Do I have a bass guitar? Yes, I do. I haven't picked it up in months. Probably last time I picked it up was, it's too far away from me actually right now. I do have a bass guitar. It's a Squier 70s modified jazz bass, which I rarely play actually. A lot of the music I've been making lately doesn't require bass guitar, and the few times it did, I just have this really cool modeled bass guitar that I've been using that sounds really cool. So yeah. Redlocks. I had been thinking about it in the back of my mind, like, should I do an April Fool's live stream? You have the same one? You seriously have a vintage modified Squier? Let me grab it here. It's the 70s vintage modified Squier bass, jazz bass, and it plays really good. I actually sold in the 90s. I had a Fender branded P bass, precision bass, and I had a love-hate relationship with it. Precision. Okay, this has nothing to do with veganism, but P basses have a really fat low end. They have this big kind of a boost around 200 hertz, which is a really muddy frequency, and it was hard for me to really. It fought a lot of other instruments. So I got this jazz bass that plays just as good, if not better, than my P bass did. Anyway, I'm not going to play anything right now, but yeah. Yeah, I got it on Craigslist for a cheap price. I sold my Mexican-made Fender bass for more, and I got the Squier bass, and I'm just as happy with it. But, once in a while, I do kind of miss having a precision bass for that kind of fat low end. The jazz bass has a more flat low end, but the P bass has a fat low end. Fat versus flat. What music am I listening to these days? All sorts of stuff. I mean, just the other day, let's see. The last guitar songs I was learning were from two different things. The most recent song I was working on, just to learn for my personal pleasure, was a song from a Korean K-pop star, Baekhyun. It's a song that sounds really Hendrixy. Let me see if I could pull it off. Let me see. I haven't warmed it up at all. I don't have any picks. Let me see if I can pull off Bambi. Now I gotta warm up. It's pretty difficult to play actually. And another song I've been working on was John Mayer, Wild Blue. That one's a lot easier. Yeah. Anyway, so I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. So anyway, not Hendrixy if you don't have a reverse mode. Though I'm not trying to copy Hendrix or anything like that. Yeah, but yeah, I mean just this kind of a style of sort of that kind of thing. Anyway, I don't really slap bass all that much. I was just kind of fucking around. Oop, I dropped the F word. I try to play with my fingers. I'm not that great at it. I think there's something wrong with my brain that prevents me from really progressing, like playing with my fingers. But anyway, what's for dinner? I know we just had that Del Taco that was so hard for me to order. Scrolling down, hitting the no cheese option. So I'm not sure. We're pretty full right now. So we'll probably start thinking about dinner in another like 2-3 hours or something like that. Ooh, yeah, I forgot you got your John Hall tickets for June with Elvis Costello opening. Nice. Yeah, cool. Yeah, actually we got some tickets for our first band we're going to see in a while. I don't want to say who or what. I don't want anyone to like try to steal our break in our house or anything like that. But yeah, if we're going to go see some music in the upcoming future too. All right, guys, I should let you guys get going. I said I don't want to overstay my welcome. Consider I just saw you guys, most of you guys on Friday night. So thanks for being with me on this sort of impromptu April Fool's live stream. Why should I still keep being vegan kind of thing? So, oh, June, you have an outdoor amphitheater, Sarah? That sounds amazing. Yeah, ours will be indoors, unfortunately. But probably for the best, you know. You never know with the weather here. By June, though, everything should be safe, I imagine. Now, I'm glad you guys liked it. A little surprise for you. So I still haven't had any time to look for a proper video for this week, you know, where I respond to some event or jackass saying some nonsense about vegans, but I'll start looking today. Hopefully I'll have something for you by the end of the week, and I plan to be back Friday for our regular Friday live stream, which happens around this time, about whatever time it is right now, add 15 minutes. That's the time my Friday live streams are, but most of you guys know that already. So anyway, good to see y'all. I'm glad I had a few moderators today too. Angie for a bit here and Uncle. So thanks so much. And thanks for the super chat tips there from Six and Vegan Metalhead and AJ. You guys are so kind to give me a tip on my silly April Fool's live stream, but much appreciated, guys. Thank you for supporting what we do. So I will see you guys all on Friday. And remember, until then, as I keep saying, it's not false. It doesn't suck being vegan. No reason to ever quit being vegan, guys. See you guys in a few days. All right, bye. Much love.